Okay folks, welcome to this week's Friday Waffle. I'll just sort of give you something interesting to look at instead of looking at my ugly face constantly. So yeah, I hope you're all well. I'm alright, apart from getting a call out about an hour ago to go to my work. I'm the sort of main key holder, so there was an alleged activation, went out, nothing. I think it's probably been a spider or something that's activated the damn thing. So anyway, yeah, what have I been doing this week? Apart from trying to dodge the rain, honestly, about half an hour ago. It's funny how anytime you talk about the rain, you always say it's the worst, the heaviest rain I've ever seen, and that was true tonight. It was just ridiculous. I mean, the amount of rain we have had this month, or not this month because we're now in August, that we've had in the last sort of 30 days has just been ridiculous. It really has. We had a really nice June, and then it's just been a completely pish July, and it looks like it's not going to change in August. So yeah, what have I been doing with myself? From a gaming perspective, not a great deal. I have, however, been making some videos. I think I've got about 4 or 5 videos almost completed. Yeah, I keep saying I want to get back to kind of just recording old style videos, the kind of videos I used to do years ago, because I mean, for the first, I've been doing YouTube now for, it'll be coming up to 10 years. Yeah, coming up, in fact no, wait a minute, it was 2013 I started, so it's now over, it's 11 years I've been doing YouTube. And it's probably only been in the last, I don't know, 5-6 years that I started doing like live videos. You know, every video I did before was pre-recorded. And as I've mentioned before, I do really enjoy live streams. I mean, recording a video live is good fun because you've got it's spontaneous. You don't really know what's going to come up. You're having to make things up on the hoof. Plus you've actually got people that are listening to you, and you've got interaction, which you don't get obviously when you're doing something like this. So yeah, next week, I can tell you that because nobody knows where I stay. Well, a few people do, but next week I'm going to be away I'm going away on Tuesday, and I don't get back until Sunday. Tuesday I'm driving down to Alton Towers, driving down, staying overnight in Stoke, going to Alton Towers on the Wednesday, and then staying overnight and then coming back up on the Thursday. And then on the Friday I will be driving back down to stay with a friend. I've got a mate coming with me, driving down to stay with a mate. Then we're going to be going to the Zap Live event at Kenilworth, and then we're going to be going back to my mate's house, and then we'll be coming back up the road on Sunday. So I'm going to be making kind of 2 trips south in the space of a couple of days. I don't mind driving, don't get me wrong, I don't mind driving at all. So I'm really looking forward to this Zap event. There's going to be quite a few kind of guests. Andrew Braybrook's going to be there. I think, in fact, yeah, Rob Hubbard is going to be there. John Hare's going to be there. Steve Turner, I think was he, Hewson, I think it was. There's going to be a good bunch of people. So looking forward to that. I'm going to hopefully try and snag a few interviews. Not interviews on the day, but I'm going to hopefully try and sweet talk a few people into coming on the channel. So that would be good. So gaming, I'm just going to be having a bit of a rant. A couple of things have happened this week which have pissed me off, really pissed me off. I know I shouldn't get upset about it because it doesn't affect me personally. The first one, and this person may or may not watch this video, and I don't really care. I'm not going to go naming names. I don't really care if the person sees it because I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. There's a guy I know. He dips in and out of retro gaming all the time. He'll do live streams and then he'll disappear from, you know, Twitch and YouTube, and then he'll come back and then he'll go away and he'll come back. But this guy has, and this is not a personal dig at him by the way, but this guy bought himself a computer. I'm not going to go into any details. He bought himself an old computer, and in fact he's bought himself quite a few computers. He's bought a few computers, he's bought some consoles in the last couple of months, which is fine. But he bought this old computer a couple of days ago, and he's now discovered that the tape deck won't work. So do you know what he's done? He wants to buy one of these little hardware devices so he can play games off SD cards. Nothing wrong with that. Here's the thing, he's started a GoFundMe page. He wants people to buy this thing for him. Now I'm sorry that if the guy's watching this, you know what, you're taking the absolute piss. Fucking seriously, we're in the middle of a financial crisis. People cannot afford to heat their houses, they're losing their house, they can't afford food, they can't afford energy, and you're starting a GoFundMe to buy a fucking device for a computer. Really? Fucking have a look at yourself. Seriously mate. I just can't believe how fucking greedy people are. I mean seriously, it absolutely beggars belief that somebody could have the audacity and cheek to want members of the public to buy them something for their computer. Fuck off and buy it yourself. Really? Honestly. I don't give a fuck. If this person sees this video, they'll know who I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck what they think. I just think it's absolutely disgraceful that they are doing this GoFundMe. I mean, the whole GoFundMe thing, it's great for certain situations. If somebody, I don't know, somebody's house goes on fire, they'll lose everything. Fucking hell, of course you want to help somebody out. If somebody has some really bad luck, then great, let's try and help them. But you want to buy something for your computer, you want us to pay for it? Fucking hell, honestly. I saw that today and it really riled me. So anyway, yeah, the whole GoFundMe thing, I just think people have turned into greedy bastards. I mean, there's lots of these Kickstarters and all this kind of stuff. People who've got money, people who've got more money than us, are expecting us to fund their hobby or whatever it is they're going to do. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm really sorry about all the swearing, but it really makes me angry when I see just how greedy and irresponsible people are for doing that. Honestly, especially now when people are struggling and you're wanting people to go and fucking help you buy some device for a computer. Honestly. Anyway, sorry, right, enough of that. The next one is, now I don't know whether this is greed or whether it's just the way the hobby's gone. I'm a member of a Facebook page that you can buy and sell like retro hardware. And there's a guy, okay, I'm not going to go naming names, well to be honest with you, I don't know the guy, no idea who he is. This guy he's selling a copy of Tetris for the Game Boy. Now bear in mind, Tetris was a bundled game that you got with it. I think when you bought the Game Boy, you got the Game Boy cartridge, Tetris was included. I don't think you got the box. Anyway, it's the most common game out there. This guy is selling a sealed copy of Tetris for £1,200. That's right, £1,200. Now I actually mentioned this. I mentioned this the other day, it might have been in the Sunday stream, whatever. £1,200 for a box copy of Tetris. I've got Tetris upstairs. It's a great game. It's one of the best games, certainly the best version of Tetris as far as I'm concerned. I can load it up and play it. Now I went on to eBay after seeing that. I went on to eBay and there are literally tons and tons and tons of boxed Tetrises for the Game Boy, and they're going anywhere from 30 to about 80 quid. And because this one has, and here's the thing I thought was hilarious. If it was mint, if it was sealed in mint, I could kind of get that, because let's be honest, not many people are going to have a sealed in mint copy of a game that's like 30 years old. It's sealed, and he said it was in good condition. Not mint condition, good condition. I've got tons of games that are in good condition. So because this game had a piece of cellophane round it, he was asking for £1,200. And the irony being, he said, if you're buying it from abroad, you're going to have to pay additional money. So it wasn't even free postage. Or it might have been free postage in the UK. But, I don't know. It just, at the end of the day, you can sell whatever you want for whatever price you want. It doesn't mean somebody's going to buy it. And I sincerely hope to God nobody in their right mind is going to buy that game. £1,200, you must be off your head. If you're buying it for that price, it's because you want to have a box that's never been opened, which means if it did sell, somebody's going to buy it and they're going to put it in a cupboard. And it's going to sit in that cupboard and never get looked at. Games are not built, games are made to be played. And it just, I don't know, I'm actually getting fed up of the kind of video game scene. Not these games, I mean, I love talking about video games, I love playing them, you know. I'm lucky to have these 3 cabinets here. But I'm just getting really, really scunnered and fed up of the greed. I mean, the hobby at one time, you could buy systems for not a lot of money. Now, things just go for daft money, and it's not the same hobby that I got into. Don't get me wrong, there are times over the last 6 months where I've thought to myself, do I still want to do this? Do I still want to do YouTube? I do feel my heart's not in it as much as it used to be. For different reasons. I've got other hobbies now, I've got other things that I want to do with my time. But I keep coming back to it, you know. I don't think I'll ever get bored of the hobby, you know. I do like talking about it, but you know, I think you can probably see, if you're a regular to the channel, you probably have gathered that I don't put out as much output as I did, you know, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. Things change, and maybe, just maybe, I'm at the point where, I don't know, do I take a break from YouTube? I don't know, I don't get involved in politics, but right now I'm getting so pissed off with the way the world's become, the way society in the UK has turned. People are struggling so much with money, you know. As I says, I'm lucky enough. I mean, I'm not badly paid, but I do live on my own. I've got my daughter upstairs. She doesn't work or anything, so I'm trying to support a household on my own. And it's tough. It's absolutely tough, but I'm one of the lucky ones. There are lots and lots of people who, like I says, are worried sick about not being able to afford to put the lights on, put electricity on, put heating on. They're wondering where their next rent payment's going to come from. They're wondering where, you know, can they afford to. I mean, I know people that know people that are not actually, they're the money they've got, they're buying food for their kids, and they're just basically eating crap to try and get by. And that's when I see people like the aforementioned person that I know that's wanting people to buy a fucking piece of hardware for a computer. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. And I don't give a fuck if you watch this and you don't want to speak to me again. That's absolutely fine. I just think it's diabolical what you're doing. I really do. And that is all part and parcel of just the way where people are struggling with money. Then you get some arsehole trying to sell a game for £1,200. I don't know. Anyway, listen, sorry for the rant. Yeah, anyway, so I'm going to be away next week until next Sunday. All going well, I will be doing a Sunday stream this coming Sunday. I will be doing a Sunday stream, and I will be putting out videos next week, pre-recorded videos, so you will have some stuff to watch. There obviously won't be any live stream of any sort, you know, midweek, and there won't be a Friday Waffle either, because I'm not going to try and record 2 waffles. Yeah, there won't be any Friday Waffle next Friday. But I will be back, so there will be a live stream next Sunday as well. There will be a live stream this coming Sunday, and there will be a live stream the Sunday after as well. So right, listen, I'm going to apologise about having a rant, but you know what? It just, sometimes you've got to speak up. You've got to let it out there, and yeah, just anyway, I've kind of gone on about it enough. Let me have a quick look. I don't know if there's any sorry, before I go with that, just an interesting thing that I got a message or a thing on Facebook. The local cinema in Livingston where I stay, they have reported the busiest week, I think, since they opened. Now, the last time I was at the cinema was, about 2 weeks ago, and there was 6 people. What was the film I went to see? Mission Impossible 6, I think it was. And then I was there 2 weeks before to see something, I can't remember what the film was, and there was 6 people. So there was like 6 people and 6 people, so it's been absolutely deserted. But apparently the last week that's gone by has been the busiest. They've taken more money in the last week, and it's down to 2 films, Barbie and that other one about the atomic bomb. Now, you can't get 2 contrasting films, one about a girl's toy and one about the guy that invented the atomic bomb. I'm hopefully going to go and see I can't even remember the name of it. I'm hopefully going to go and see that on Sunday with my daughter. But yeah, interesting, great to see people are going back to the cinema. Yeah, anyway, right, let's get back to this. Let's see if I can find last week's Friday Waffle. Your videos, there may not be any, there we go, 27. There might not be any questions, we'll have a look. Right, there's 3 comments. I don't know if any of these is going to have a question. Right, Martroid, wow, those 7800 conversions look outstanding. Such a shame that console wasn't more of a success back in the day. Love the machine. Yeah, one of my mates, Andy, very kindly shared, he gave me a copy of 1942 and Relbs for the Atari 7800, and both games are absolutely phenomenal. Easily the best version of any home port for both these games, and I would almost go as far as to say I felt that the 7800 could actually be better than the arcade. Maybe not, but beautiful looking. They've taken the original game and they've just enhanced it ever so slightly. You know, a lot of the time, I mean, when Microsoft used to bring out, what was it called, Xbox Live, they'd bring out games like Gyrus and Track and Field and Green Beret and all that kind of stuff, and they would really tap the graphics up to the point that it didn't feel like the same game you were playing. But the guy or the person who, the person that did this 1942, they've made an absolutely beautiful job. They've just added really subtle graphical enhancements. Really nice. If you get a chance to try it, you know, it works with an emulator, give it a go. Right, Wee Bob Art enjoyed watching or listening along on the replay. That was he was talking about last week's last week's Friday Waffle. It was a bit of a mixed bag. I was talking, I was playing music, I even played some games. I played the 1942 and the Drelbs. Some of the tunes were terrible until you got your act together. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. There was a couple of really dodgy tunes. Anyway, hope you have a great weekend. Question for next time. I've been moving things around today as my boy is on his way back to live with us. While in the process I realise I have 2 box sets of the Alien Anthology which I wasn't aware of. Do you have doublers of things you love, and what are you pleased to have two of just in case? I think the only thing, I mean, I probably do have two of some things, but the only thing that I consciously wanted to have a second, and it comes as no surprise, is the Vectrex. The Vectrex is a beautiful machine. They're becoming extremely rare, and they're ancient, and I'm really conscious that if one was to stop working, the chance of getting it repaired is probably next to zero. So yeah, I bought a spare one. I did actually have three, believe it or not. I've actually owned, let me think, I think I've owned about 6 Vectrexes over the years. And I've sold 4, I think. Not for stupid prices, by the way, before anyone starts. But yeah, the Vectrex, Bob, you know, it is my favourite console. It's such a beautiful machine. Even if I was to, you know, I'm not going to, but if I was to like end up getting rid of my Commodore 64 and have nothing, I would still keep the Vectrex. It's portable. Well, it's not portable. You can't take it to the park or play it in the car, but you know what I mean. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's such a unique bit of history. So yeah, the Vectrex, Bob. And the last one, is there a question? No, is there a question? Oh, there is, yeah. Colin Jones, I was asking about AntStream. I have AntStream even though I rarely use it. It's not breaking the bank and the challenges can be fun. I'm top of 2 leaderboards, 2 Exirian and Lunar Rescue. Don't like waste. Trust me, it's not because you're Scottish. I don't mind spending money on something that's going to be used, but I hate spending even a small amount on something that's just going to be thrown away. I'm exactly with you, Colin. I mean, when people talk about, oh, how much did you spend on that, and they might say, oh, that's a lot of money. See, if you spend a lot of money on something and you use it, then fine, there's nothing wrong with that. If you buy something, and that's why things like Black Friday deals are not good, if you buy something and don't use it, regardless of whether it was £10 or £1,000, it's a waste of money. Right, question from Colin, question for next waffle. Pools need regular maintenance even when the weather is crap. I wouldn't know, Colin, I don't have one. Would it bother you getting into a pool for this purpose if it's chucking it down with rain at the time it needed doing? Say that again? Right, pools need regular maintenance even when the weather is crap. Would it bother you getting into a pool for the purpose if it's chucking down? Not at all, Colin. I don't mind the rain. I don't like the rain if I'm going out with the dogs, but no, I would, as long as it wasn't Baltically cold. Is Baltically even a word? Don't know. I would quite happily get in a swimming pool if it's pissing with rain. Wouldn't have a problem with that. So anyway, listen, that is it. There's surprisingly, there was no, what do you call it? No question from Milfy Swinbuckle. I hope you're alright, Milfy. So anyway, listen, apologies about the really negative Friday Waffle. It's just these two things, especially the guy trying to crowdfund to buy him something for his computer. That makes me so angry. Like I said, I know the guy, he knows me, I know him. If he's watching this, I mean what I say. I think you're an absolute fucking arsehole for doing that. There you go. Anyway folks, listen, I'm going to get going. I will be back on Sunday, 7 o'clock until 9 for the usual live stream. So until then guys, I hope you have an absolutely stonkingly brilliant weekend. And as always, I forgot my baseball cap, as always, thank you very much for watching.